following video contains excessive spud aim and a vendor purchased item. That's right, champions. Your weekly vendors sometimes have alright gear. Viewer discretion is advised.
Another agent is now in your group. Rogue agent nearby. Nearby agent has gone rogue. Allied agent activated rogue protocol.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh yeah, whoa. Look, they can never keep me down, I'm going. And if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up. I bet when I land, they gon' tell me it's lucky again. See that I'm winning, it's harder to watch. I'm setting the stage, you give me my prize. You ain't got no soul, you lacking the spirit. You talk out your neck, I'ma show you I'm with it. I would really hate for you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting on me when I'm sinning. So if I ever win again, there's nobody at the minimum. I didn't have to suffer soul. Please don't play no games with me. It was never about the fame to me. They needed the best, so they came to me. Whoa, who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the vibe, say, yeah, that's me. Who make it flip, make it bang, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who make the party feel alive, tell them, yeah, that's me. My girl's so proud of your boy when they ask, is that your man? Yeah, that's me. And if I'm taking a shot, I don't miss. Who knew I would be at the top like this? And no one made my goals for me, but I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be. Cause it's the path that God chose for me. So even if some doors close for me, I still won't let y'all close to me. So please step back where you're supposed to be. Put the game all on hold for me. And sit back, watch me roast to be. It's in my genes, I'm better than I'm in. I know my flow too sick, I got the medicine. I'm way at the top, who can take my place? I went too hard, can't feel my face. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the vibe, say, yeah, that's me. Who make it flip, make it bang, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who make the party feel alive, tell them, yeah, that's me. Whoa. Yeah, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who that chillin' at the top, tell them, yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah, tell them, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm chillin' at the top, ooh, yeah, that's me.
Is that it? Is that it? No.
That's not it.
I'm feeling high when I'm low. I need it more when you're close to me, close to me. I'm feeling high when I'm low. I need it more when you're close to me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Plum here, g'day champions, how's it going, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Righto champions, so the vendors. For such a long time I've been covering the vendor resets each and every week, and every now and then I get a comment or two saying it's all trash. To be honest, most of the time it is for the regular players, but every now and then we get a gem in a pile of shit. Last week, Marco at the Haven was selling this nice looking SIG MPX with SADIST. Such a nice looking gun, so I grabbed it and slapped this build together. So this is nothing new. However, this is a little bit different than most players would make this type of build. And that's because here on Plum's channel, we're just a little bit different, and that's fine. So this is a SADIST Ridgeway's Pride Adrenaline Rush build. It's heaps of fun to use and it slaps in PvP. You all saw that awesome gameplay at the start, so you can't deny how awesome this is. Righto champions, I'm upscaling my social media game and I'm now in more places than just YouTube. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and I'm even trending on TikTok. So show some love and support, follow me everywhere, click the links in the description. Also, welcome back to all you beautiful, creepy subscribers. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, pull your finger out and give that sub button a click. Also, show some support by engaging with this video. Giving a thumbs up and even dropping a comment really helps. It triggers some weird sciencey shit regarding the YouTube algorithm, and in turn that helps my content pop up in searches and helps the channel grow. Let's go champions, 10k subs, here we come. All your support is super appreciated. Righto champions, now with that out of the way, let's check out the build. 1 red, 5 blues, no skill tiers, a massive 1.7 million armor. 2-piece Sokolov, 1-piece Walker, 1-piece Petrov, 1-piece Overlord, and the Ridgeway's Pride chest piece. Firewall is our specialization. It's kind of a safe bet on any PvP build. We're going to be unlocking the Striker Shield, one of the best in slot skills for close range fights. Not only is it going to add to our survivability, it also buffs your own and your team's damage. We're going to get that crazy good armor kit, and allies are going to deal 10% more damage to hostiles within 10 meters of us. And we also unlock Bull Rush for that bonus armor when performing a cover to cover. It's a true lifesaver when you're set on fire. Righto, to our weapons. Our primary gun is the vendor purchased SIG MPX. I haven't optimized it yet, all I did was swap off the mag size roll to damage to targets out of cover. So our damage numbers could still be improved. This was a massive must buy for that week, and if you missed out, unlucky. The talent that it came with is SADIST. Now the wording of the talent is super misleading. Deal plus 20% weapon damage to bleeding enemies. But in fact, that 20% is actually multiplicative damage, or in other words, amplified damage. Yes, if someone does rock up with a full hazard build, it does kind of nerf our build. But if you play it smart and play it right, you still could walk away with the W. For our attachments, we've got a crit hit damage scope, the plus 20 rounds for the mag, crit hit chance laser pointer, and the crit hit chance muzzle. For our secondary weapon, it's my trusty Police M4, maxed out stats with Ranger. Ranger 2 is amplified damage, so fighting 20 meters away is like rocking 2 sets of Fox's knee pads. That's how awesome this talent is. Crit hit chance scope, extended mag, crit hit chance underbarrel, and muzzle. And for the pistol, we've got that DZ exclusive, the Orbit. Perfect finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of a kill grants 35% crit hit chance and 40% crit hit damage for 15 seconds. Again, play this right and it's a serious DPS buff. Righto, let's get stuck in and check out the gear. Sokolov mask, and we've got the 2 pieces, so we're going to get 10% SMG damage and 15% crit hit damage. Max armor roll, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and I've gone with a crit hit damage mod. For the chest piece, it's the exotic Ridgeway's Pride, very close to maxed out, and I've gone with a crit hit damage mod. The talent Bleeding Edge. Shooting enemies within 15 meters applies a bleed to the target, and there's no cooldown for this. So this makes it super easy to tag multiple targets. The talent's also going to repair 3 to 48% of your armor per second for every bleeding target within that 15 meters. Think of this repair as basically regen. So 5 bleeding targets within that 15 meters is going to give us 48% armor regen. That's crazy. And the super dumb and super broken thing about this regen is somebody else can actually apply that bleed and it will trigger your regen too. The bleed from Ridgeway's chest is what will trigger our amplified damage from SADIST. Even if the bleed finishes and the duration wears off the player that you're shooting at, if you constantly shoot at that player, it's going to reapply a bleed, which will keep SADIST and your regen active. This is probably one of the best exotic gear pieces in the game. For the holster, it's our second piece of Sokolov. We've got max armor, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. These pieces can take a little bit of farming to get, but if you don't have it with an armor roll, don't stress. For the knees, it's the Fox's Prayer knee pads, still one of the best in slot in game. Max armor, crit hit damage, and that 8% multiplicative damage to targets out of cover roll. For the gloves, it's another hard to look past piece, the Contractors. Max armor, crit hit damage, and that 8% multiplicative damage to armor roll. Now for the backpack. This is where we're doing something a little bit different. Most players would be running Wicked as their backpack talent for that 18% additive damage, but not me, champions. I've gone with my unicorn, my Matador. Max armor, max crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and a 12% crit hit damage mod. Walker and Harris one piece gives us 5% weapon damage, and the talent is perfect adrenaline rush. In PvP, we get 12% bonus armor for 5 seconds per hostile within 10 meters, and this can stack 3 times and refresh every 5 seconds. Pro tip, this bonus armor will prevent other SADIST Ridgeway builds from applying bleed to us. Why is that? Because first they need to get through our bonus armor. Meaning off the bat we have the upper hand, and during the fight if the bleed does wear off and we do have bonus armor again, it stops them being able to constantly refresh the bleed. Now, is this the best way to run this type of build? Probably not. But it adds another dimension of survivability to the build, and I think this is hugely overlooked. The way I've made this build, it fits my playstyle, and it does catch a lot of players off guard. You saw those clips, right? I was taking on multiple players at close range and winning. Hey, if I can pull it off, you can too.
That's what she said.
Righto champs, so skill-wise, as always, it's kind of player preference, but best in slot for run and gun PvP, I still feel is the Striker Shield. We get 11% bonus damage per hostile. So server fights in a team, you're going to get 88% bonus damage. Or, if for some unlikely reason it's a 1v11, that's a huge 121%. Shields scale with your core armor as well as skill tiers, so we actually have a 5 skill tier shield, which is going to improve its health pool, and its holster and active regen too. For the second skill, everyone knows I'm a big fan of that EMP sticky. The stagger is what gets most players cooked. Yes, it is easy to hit yourself, so just be careful. Another good option is always the booster hive to cleanse other status effects. But definitely run whatever skills you prefer and don't be scared to change them out on the fly if they're not working in the server you're in. Now for the fine print, let's look at our stats. 60% crit hit chance and 173% crit hit damage with that vendor purchased SIG MPX. We also have 8% damage to armor and that 18% damage to targets out of cover. And this thing's got a huge range, 22 meters. Now, I actually think we're over the crit hit chance cap by a couple of %. So if you wanted to drop one of the crit hit chance rolls off your gear and put some hazard or regen on it, you definitely could. So that about covers everything on the build. A lot of fun to use, super effective, heaps of damage, and with that added survivability, it really throws off your opponent. It's a little bit different than most players would run it, but it works. And it's a vendor purchased weapon. So please make sure you tune in every single week for both my vendor reset videos. I'll do all the hard work, I'll filter through the shit to find you guys the must buys and the gems. What do you reckon? Are you going to be a bloody champion and try this build out? What modifications would you make other than swapping the backpack to Wicked? Let me know in the comments below. All the music on my channel is proudly brought to you by artlist.io. They're not a paid sponsor, it's just a website that I'm a member of, and their music is insanely good. It helps me and thousands of others create stunning videos with the best royalty-free music and sound effects. Artlist.io. And that's it for me on this one, champs. Drop a comment below about whatever. Any feedback, build questions, suggestions, or ideas, you know I'm easy. Help yourself and the channel, make sure that you've hit that bell notification so you know every time I upload new content. So, did you like it? Then smash that like button, and if you didn't, you can press the dislike. But remember, to support me and the channel, hit that sub button and become a creepy subscriber. And I'll catch you all in the next one, champions. I'm Plum out.